Where? Good evening, everyone. How you guys doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. Happy Tuesday. Oh, it's a Monday. I'm already on the second day of the week. Welcome everybody to our main promotion call. I just want to welcome my team. I'm joined by Ryan. I'm joined by Mbali, and I think I'm also joined by Kendall. I'm not too sure, but I just want to say welcome, team, and welcome to all our leaders here. Welcome, guys, to our main call. We all know that this call is all about promotions and most importantly about the product that we are promoting for the month of May. Today we have a special guest that will be joining us, and she is one of the women that I look up to, and very supporting, in terms of corporate. She always supports us and we always support her. Today is such a pleasure to introduce Shay Theunissen. She is a platinum leader and also a country founder. So today she's just going to be telling us more about the product that we have for promotion. And I know that she's been in the industry for quite some time. I will definitely learn quite a lot of insights from her. So without wasting of any time, I'd just like to welcome Shay on the call. Shay, are you available to just rock us? Let me see.
I am. Thank you for that lovely
Yes,
introduction.
you're welcome.
Okay,
I'll keep the
let me
scene.
try and share my screen. Can I? Let's see. This is always that lovely bit where we stop breathing for a second. Um, okay, let me see. Come on. Oh, come on. Why isn't it opening? Can you see it?
Yes, definitely I can see.
Yay! Okay, well, thank you, Barclay, for that lovely introduction. Yeah, I'm rather excited about May's promos because it is all things, well, I mean, let's face it, oils work for everyone, right? But there is a stronger focus this month on women and women being Women's Month, and then also Mother's Day coming up. So we are going to be sharing a little bit into that. Okay, so first of all, as we mentioned, all things moms, you need to know I am a mom of five. We live on the West Coast and we love it here. I'm a homeschooling mom of five. So, but previously I was a teacher. So, education is something that I love and that I'm passionate about. And I'm grateful that I get to educate about essential oils. I have been with doTERRA. A few days ago was my 7-year anniversary, so I'm super pumped to still be here, right? I still highly, highly believe in these oils and the possibilities the business side also brings, right? And I love this call because we get to mix both of them together, right? That love of oils plus the love of the business and helping people grow financially and heal, right? So let's get into the product. Okay. Um, what are we going to chat about in tonight's call? So obviously our May promotions, it's a big one, right? We love the 200 PV promo, especially when it comes in with Deep Blue. And we're going to get to know our POM or our product of the month, what is Whisper for Women, and then our enrollment promos. So let's get straight into it. Okay, before we jump into what our POM is, we need to kind of know how to share about LRP, right? This is a big thing, guys, people are missing out on bonuses because they don't necessarily know why LRP, right? And how do we share that tip of the product of the month and our 10% off products? We share our testimonials, our experiences. People on your group share experiences. Make note of those. Take a screenshot. Ask them for permission to share this again, because as your group grows, more people are going to be added, and you want to have a record of those testimonials. There is nothing more powerful than somebody's word and somebody's testament to a product. So remember, as soon as that comes up in your group, take a screenshot, contact them directly and say, would you mind in months to come if I reshare this? I can remove your name if you choose to, but give them that option. And I haven't had a single person who said no thank you. They all want to share their testimonies because they know how powerful it is, right? And then obviously go into all the ways that you can use them. Sometimes people forget, you can diffuse, you can take oils topically. That goes without saying, but there are some oils that can be used internally, and you need to give them guidelines on how to do that. Sometimes it might be simple to us because we've been using oils for a long time, but somebody who's new doesn't necessarily know things like wintergreen cannot be taken internally, or that wild orange is amazing taken internally. So make sure that you share all the different ways that each oil can be used, right? And then discuss why the LRP. This is important, right? When they don't understand something, they don't go into it, right? They don't look at the benefits. And this is where it's important for you to continuously share why the loyalty rewards program makes sense, right? So all of them know Dis-Chem, they all know Wellness Warehouse, or a lot of them know Wellness Warehouse, and places like Clicks as well, that offer cashback, or not cashback, they offer points back, right? That you can then use to purchase products within that same store. Now look at it. If you break it up for them and you put it in front of them, as simple as Dis-Chem gives you 1.5% back. And trust me, moms love that 1.5% back, or that free pack of nappies after the 10th nappy, or whatever, 10 pack. All of that counts. And women, I find, especially, love a good deal, right? But break it down for them. If they think Dis-Chem is so fantastic, how much more doTERRA? Because they have the opportunity to get 30% back. Now, I mean, 1.5 suddenly looks kind of measly, doesn't it? So share about that 30% and talk to them about your monthly household items that you need to purchase anyway, right? You need to get a deodorant, and doTERRA offers the non-toxic option and the healthier option. You need things like shampoos and skincare and toothpaste on a monthly basis. Use your doTERRA loyalty rewards program to purchase those. Your supplements, your oils, we all know this, but we need to remind our customers of that, right? So that they understand the savings that they're getting, plus the bonus of being able to use those points to maybe spend on something they wouldn't necessarily buy, right? So it's a way for them to grow their stash and try fun things. Also, keeping in mind with your LRP, I'm not going to go into your PGV and all of that, because by now I think a lot of you have had your training either with corporate or with your teams. But boosting your business promo, keep this in mind in terms of LRP. You want to be able to get those people on LRP, right? It's beneficial for everyone involved. Okay, so let's go into our product of the month. Now, this is one that I'm going to be completely frank. When I joined doTERRA, my focus were all the oils that were going to replace other things I was using in my household, right? Things for respiratory, things for immunity, all those kind of things. And when it came to the emotional side of essential oils, I was like, a little bit voodoo maybe. And the more I got into it, and the more you study the science behind the effect of scent, aromatherapy, it's an amazing science, and we can use these oils to work on our emotional side, emotional healing. Now, for those of you who don't know, you might have noticed in one of my family photos, but we were actually safety parents before we had our foster daughter. So what a safety parent is, or a place of safety, is you often a home, generally in a 3 to 5 month period. For us, it was with little infants or babies, before either they get adopted or they go back to family members or they go back home to parents once whatever situation is sorted out, right? So obviously that comes with a lot of trauma. We have little ones that are being removed from difficult situations, and they are traumatized. It doesn't matter how little they all know and feel trauma. They might not know it's trauma, but they have signs of trauma, right? And this blend was one that I absolutely couldn't manage without in terms of that. And it was one that we used on all our babies. The first day they came to us, I would put it on their feet, just one little swipe, and start to rub it all along their feet. Some babies are adverse to touch in the beginning, so starting with the feet is crucial. You don't want to touch them anywhere else because the foot is kind of the gateway to offering the rest of the body up. So with infant massage and things like that, you don't want to go straight into doing a full body massage. You just start with the feet, right? And this was amazing to see. We had one of our very first babies, actually, hang on, I think I have a little photo of her. Obviously, I'm not going to show her face. That little one next to the teddy bear, she came to us, and she had her fists were tight, tight, tight. So she had these little marks from her nails on her palm because she was squeezing so tight. And I know the social worker said every time that she saw her in the hospital, because she came to us, she was about 6 weeks old. She was prem, and the social worker, every time she saw her, couldn't actually open her hand because it felt like it was forcing it too much. That's how tense and how stressed she was, even in the hospital. So when she came to us the first day, I immediately put some Console on her feet, and then I rubbed it on me because obviously you're going to be holding a baby, so you remember your body can be a diffuser, especially when it comes to children and infants, right? So I held her up and she started getting that scent in, and wow, it was amazing to see how quickly she actually relaxed and opened her hands. And that evening the social worker actually phoned us to hear how she was doing, and I told her she's doing so well, her little hands have opened. And she said, you know, Shay, I haven't seen that baby with open hands before. Every time I saw her in the hospital, she was totally tense, and it was something people actually noted of her, was that her hands were always in these little fists. So for me, that spoke volumes. So with all our next babies, Console was a first. We immediately would do it on their little feet before we do anything else. We would put it on their little feet, put it on me, and we just held them, right? So amazing, amazing oil for grief and sadness, anxious feelings, fear, trauma, if they're feeling restless or unsettled. It really aids sleep, and we're going to go into that a little bit just now. And it also has some anti-aging and skin repair properties, right? So main places to apply it on the soles of the feet, over the heart, the temples, and then you can inhale it from cupped hands as well. It's really a great one to give to somebody who's gone through major trauma or has lost somebody. It's such a beautiful gift, and give them a little card and just tell them how to use it, because somebody receiving something like that for the first time might not know. And when you're talking to them, they might look like they're taking it in, but they're in a traumatic state and they've just experienced grief. So it's always nice to give a little card with it that shows how they to use it, and they can refer back to it when they decide to use it, right? It's a huge value, guys. It's 525 Rand that you're getting for free when you place that 125 PV order before the 15th. Okay, so what I always suggest when educating on oil blends is know what's in the blend, because that helps you educate on how to use the blend. Now have a look at that. Rose, it has rose in, guys. We all know how amazing frankincense is for all things cell renewal and healing, but rose is a high frequency oil, and normally on its own it can be a little pricey, and we don't always have it available in South Africa either. So it's nice to know which blends have rose in, and you can use it as that powerhouse. So it's a stunning, calming blend, again, because it's paired with frankincense, it's paired with ylang ylang. Sandalwood, again, is not only a brain boost, but it's also incredibly calming to the nervous system, and things like patchouli as well. So it's a stunning blend, and knowing what is inside each of our blends again helps you know how to use it, because sometimes people don't have something else. So even if they've run out of their immunity oils and they've calling you and saying, what do I do? You can use Console on the spine, on the soles of the feet, because it has that frankincense and rose, and it's a powerhouse. So it's good to always know what is in your blend. What I also love to do is, especially when something comes out of a set, so to speak, right? So we know we have Console now, we've educated on Console, but you need to also educate on the rest of our emotional oils. They pair so beautifully together, and very often somebody who's interested in an emotional oil will want the rest of them too. So this is where it comes in to actually introduce them to the emotional range. Show them peace, show them forgive, cheer, motivate, passion. It's such stunning blends, and it's a great time to educate on them because you've already started with Console. So it gives you some ground and something to educate on, and it also gives them ideas on possibly what they can add to their LRP order so they can get Console free. I seriously hope we can get these as 5 more options, because these diffusers, golden, really, really golden. There's a lot of education on the blends as well, so look out for that, so that you can share that with your customers as well. Okay, then let's move to Whisper. So this is our 20% off. It's a 5 ml. Remember, 5 ml has 85 drops in, so you can go really, really far with this. Great for hormonal support, emotional support. Ladies, this is called the blend for women because it covers all this ground, right? So as we said, emotional support, hormonal support. It's the oil of self-confidence and creativity, and it's the oil of femininity. So perfect for Women's Month and Mother's Day. It's nature's perfume. No type, but perfume there, right? This is an alternative to all your chemical perfumes. And not only is it non-toxic, but it comes with benefits. What perfume do you put on that comes with benefits, right? This one comes with a lot of benefits. Nice ways to use it is to apply to wrists and from hip to hip to assist with libido. Again, ladies, stunning blend. Apply to the back of the neck for hot flashes. What I've had some ladies do, which is a nice way to keep it even in your handbags and things like that, is to put it in a spritz bottle. So then you can obviously use it during the day as well if you want to boost up your fragrance again, but adding peppermint to it helps with that hot flashes. So I've had countless women that have really loved using it that way. So it's a nice one to keep with you, because who doesn't want to put on their perfume again during the day? But then it has, again, those side benefits that we mentioned. With that addition of peppermint to it, it helps a lot with hot flashes. So again, this one can be applied to the neck and wrists as a personal fragrance, or you can also layer it with the body lotion. It's a nice one to also add in an Epsom bath salt. So you can do a cup of Epsom salts, cup of bicarb, put about 4 or 5 drops in. It's quite, you'd have to test this. I wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 for me because it is quite a florally scent. But then also do like just a slight squirt of fractionated coconut oil, enough to be able to disperse the oils in the Epsom salt bicarb mixture, but not enough to be slipping and sliding in your bath, right? Okay. So again, important to know what is in the Whisper blend. Did you know that this was all the oils that was in our Whisper blend? Again, that rose, that high frequency oil. I am a big fan of rose, and any blend that I can find that has it in, I love to educate on it because of that high frequency, right? We can do a whole class on just frequency oils. But it's a powerhouse. And then we have jasmine for hormonal support, aside from a whole other range of things that it offers. And then again, that sandalwood. So it's got a lot of big gun oils in it, and some people don't know. So again, so important to know what is going into our blends so that you can educate well on that. don't forget to put them in the diffuser. I think this is one that often people forget actually to put in a diffuser. They like to make their perfume blends with it and make their sort of hormonal blends with it, but it's just as powerful in the diffuser. And there are lots of options: grounding, building confidence, courage, just balancing the emotions. So a lot of different options to use the diffuse whisper in the diffuser. I actually love it with wild orange. So try that. Let me know what you think of it. Okay, our 200 PV promo. Now, this is the one we're all excited about, obviously, because we all know the power of deep blue. What happens with our 200 PV promo, this is for any order. So don't forget, a standard order does also qualify for 200 PV. But again, use it as an opportunity to encourage LRP and educate on LRP. It's also with an enrollment of 200 PV, any enrollment. So it fits perfectly with our Home Essentials kit, but you can create kits. You can create a kit with our Whisper blend in and do a hormone kit. And if it gets to 200 PV, they also get the deep blue, which works so beautifully for that time of the month when you're feeling pain and discomfort. So it's so many different options with deep blue. And you get the deep blue rub as well as the deep blue stick that has the added copaiba, right? So why deep blue? This is all things pain, inflammation. It's beautiful for bruising. And now remember, with bruising, we're talking kind of pressure or knock-on bruising, not open wound bruising, right? So you don't want to be putting deep blue on an open wound, but on kind of a bump or a pressure bruise, right? Amazing for menstrual cramps, tension and stiffness, amazing over the neck and before bed. It also aids sleep, right? Growing pains for your little ones, head tension on the temples, on the back of the neck, behind the ears, over the shoulders, and it's amazing for respiratory support. I think most people don't know that it is actually such a powerhouse when it comes to the chest. And we're going to go into that a little bit just now. It's also amazing for back bites. It really, the blue tansy in it is kind of your sort of natural. I don't want to use the word antihistamine, but maybe. So applying it, plus it has that cooling, warm sensation, which also takes that itch. So if you have little ones, especially that just can't control that itch, deep blue, deep blue, deep blue, deep blue. And I actually love the deep blue stick for this because you literally just put it on and turn it once. And that added copaiba also helps with the pain of it. One of the amazing benefits of deep blue, and that is the rub, the stick. You can even do this with an oil, is I love to layer it on. So if I have a ready-made blend that I'm using for something else, say a respiratory blend, you can apply it to the chest, apply it to the back as well, covering the lung area, and then you can top it off with a deep blue. So instead of adding your deep blue oil, for example, into the blend, I don't put the deep blue oil in. I use the blend, rub it on, and once it's rubbed on, I layer on the deep blue or the deep blue stick because that actually magnifies the properties of the oils that it's paired with. So that's a great bonus to have. And copaiba also does that. So the deep blue stick having that deep blue and the added copaiba, it's a magic combo for that. So don't forget to layer on afterwards your deep blue rub and deep blue stick because of that magnifying the properties of the other oils, right? Again, know what's in your deep blue and why it works. It has our blue tansy in, which is what actually gives it that beautiful blue hue. It has, which is anti-allergenic. We have our winter green, which is all things pain, inflammation, stiffness. And then helichrysum, another powerful oil for all things soothing and healing. Know your blends, guys, because it goes so far. You think of other ways to use them once you know what's in the blend. Because very often we know our single blends so well, but we don't necessarily know what we know our single oil so well, but we don't necessarily know what's in a blend. So when we do know what's in the blend, it gives you ideas of other ways to use them. Okay, here are some testimonials. Again, there's so much power in sharing testimonials and keeping record of them so that you can reshare them because again, so much power comes from somebody's word, right? This was somebody on our team that had quite a hectic bruise, and it was swelling, and you can see the difference from day 2 to day 3 from using her deep blue, and that was the deep blue rub. So for all things bruising, it's truly amazing. Many of you would have known Dalian, also our other platinum and founder leader. She shared an amazing testimony about her little daughter Alana. I have asked permission to share this, and her experiences with a lot of chest infections and things, and deep blue has made a huge difference for her and her respiratory, just supporting her respiratory system. It's kind of their go-to oil for anything chestiness. And then all things pain and inflammation for headaches. We have some injuries, and sometimes old injuries. We have a couple of husbands that start really believing in the oils when they've tried the deep blue rub on old injuries. So not talking new injuries, it's been things that they've suffered with for years, and seeing relief from using the deep blue rub and the deep blue stick. So share it, offer them up to your husbands too. This is kind of the we joke about it, it's kind of the guy magnet oil, right? This deep blue option. So remember to share it with them as well. Okay, so our enrollment promos for May, as we mentioned, we have a lot on offer, guys. Our 50 PV, your membership is waived. For 100 PV, you're receiving that amazing Citrus Bliss. I know I educated in February about knowing what's in your Citrus Bliss again, so that you can educate well in it and really show the product what they will be receiving as a gift for free. And then obviously our 200 PV promo, we have our deep blue combo plus our Citrus Bliss. If you have a leader that is doing Diamond Club, then you have that adaptive 15 ml as well. So you can see there's a huge value for money this month when it comes to making those enrollments and solidifying those enrollments. Okay, and I think that is my story. Bachle, can I hand over to you? Let me stop sharing quickly.
Awesome. Yes, you can definitely hand over to me. I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that. I think for me, I really want to advocate for the deep blue. It's such an aid for me, especially if when it comes to that time of the month. And yeah, I literally can just advocate for deep blue. So thank you for that reminder. And you know what? I think what I've learned from your teachings today was the biggest thing was know what's in your blend, because we literally know what deep blue is, but we do not know what's inside the deep blue. So I really think that was brilliant and such an awesome way of teaching about the product. So thank you so much, Shay, for giving us such a great teaching and such wisdom and knowledge on this product. We really appreciate you and the time that you took preparing this teaching. I believe that if there's no questions, but if there are, you can just quickly type them on the chat, because we have a little bit of time. But if there aren't, I think that's where we're gonna end today. For those that know how to contact Shay, they can contact Shay, and if they have questions, they can just ask Shay, if that's okay with you. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining us today on the call, and thank you very much, Shay, for sharing this great teachings with us. And I hope everyone is going to have a beautiful night and also rush to these monthly promotions that we have for the month of May. Thank you everyone. Have a lovely night and good night.
Bye everyone.
Bye.